Thanks for choosing this free Anfield Index podcast. If you'd prefer to listen to this or any of our other shows without adverts, then now's the time to check out Anfield Index Pro. With AI Pro, you can supercharge your entire listening experience. You'll not only get all of our podcasts without the ads, but you'll have them far faster with our quick publish feature available exclusively for subscribers. AI Pro also puts you in the heart of our sound studio, with an option to listen to many of our shows live and interact with the podcasters in real time as the shows are recording. Upgrading couldn't be easier. AI Pro is available on all popular podcast platforms, and we have our own apps for Apple and Android. Just head on over to AnfieldIndexPro.com and get started today.
Hello and welcome to the Daily Red, your lunchtime catch-up on all things Liverpool FC, on a Tuesday on which Liverpool will play their first pre-season game against Manchester United, kicking off in about 90 minutes. The Reds will line up in their new away kit, which I'm not going to lie, I don't like. It's a bit too jazzy for my liking, but each to their own. Some people might find it very, very appealing, and hopefully it sells very well. Darwin Núñez is not expected to play, and if he does play, it's likely to only be a short stint. He has only trained once, really, with the Liverpool squad, and was limited in that training because of blisters on his feet. But Fabio Carvalho is expected to play, and the Reds should put out a fairly strong team to take on United. United were training in their pre-season about a week before us, so they're probably a little bit further ahead in their work, but obviously the big story for them is no Cristiano Ronaldo. Erik ten Hag continues to tout the public line that he's not for sale, but I think it's fairly obvious to everybody that Cristiano does not want to be at Manchester United anymore, and the reason he's not on this tour is because he's basically on strike. Speaking of touting public lines, Jurgen Klopp, in a press conference yesterday, while flanked by James Milner and Jordan Henderson, was asked about the need for a midfielder and proceeded to ramble off a load of nonsense that nobody would believe, and nobody should believe. What's he going to say with two of his senior midfielders sat next to him? Yes, they're crap and we need more. No, he's not going to say that. And since no journalist has the testicular fortitude to ask him why, if we don't want a midfielder, did he meet Aurelien Tchouameni? Why did we agree personal terms? Why did the player undergo a medical? Or, why is Julian Ward spending so much time in Dortmund? Those would be interesting questions for journalists to ask, but none of them will. Anyway, let's jump through the main Liverpool sites and see what's going on. This is Anfield, have a piece on the new kit. They have 10 things to know ahead of the pre-season clash versus Manchester United. There are 16 photos as Liverpool trained in Thailand in front of 15,000 people, which is fairly spectacular that 15,000 people turned up just to watch them train. Klopp reveals early Man United team news. We're set to play Crystal Palace as well in the coming days. 14 senior players are missing from the Crystal Palace touring squad, which is a bit insane, to be fair. Wilf Zaha, Christian Benteke, Eberici Eze. Some of the players are not currently fit and therefore will not travel on the tour, while some did not meet the entry requirements to Singapore or Australia when the travel arrangements were made. I assume that is relating to vaccine status. They include their new goalkeeper, Sam Johnston. He's not in the squad. Mark Guehi, not in the squad. Will Hughes, not in the squad. Michael Olise, not in the squad. I think he might be injured. James Tompkins, Martin Kelly, Nathan Ferguson, Reece Hannum, James McArthur, Yarrow Riedeveld, Czech Coyote, but he's leaving, and Jeffrey Schlupp, all missing as well. There's a lot of players to be missing. That makes the pre-season a bit pointless. If half your squad is at home not taking part, it's a little bit pointless. Liverpool reject offers for Harvey Elliott from established top-flight sides. It makes sense. It makes sense that we would reject any offer for him. He's going to play a role this season. How big that role will be is likely up to himself. If he can take the minutes he's given and impress, I would guess Jurgen will continue to give him minutes up until the point where young players tend to disappear. 7 independent Liverpool businesses to visit near Anfield on a match day. That's a good one. So check that one out. And that is basically it for This Is Anfield. Let's look on Liverpool.com. Liverpool could beat Barcelona to exciting free transfer to avoid 100 million Jude Bellingham repeat. So that player is Carney Chukwuemeka of Aston Villa. Super talented player. One we've been linked with for quite a while now at this point. Out of contract next summer, would make sense for us to make a move and look to bring him in the same way we've done with Harvey, with Carvalho, as their contracts run down. Look to get them in at a decent price. Carney's a huge talent. You'd love to get him, but you obviously want to get him and Jude. That is that would be the preferred mode of operation. Four things to watch in Liverpool pre-season fixture versus Manchester United. The away kit, Cristiano nonsense, predicted 11. Liverpool join race for exciting £43 million midfielder. This is Matthias Nunez, part of the Media Digest. There's 2 of these, so let's have a look. Liverpool land in Asia. Matthias Nunez. Liverpool monitor Belgian star. That is Amadou Onana. For those who listened to the Transfer Committee podcast, I tried to sell the lads on this kid. He is very, very impressive. So I'd definitely be in favour of us adding him. In the other Media Digest, then, there is a bit about Barcelona and Ousmane Dembele plus Rafinha. A bit about the new away kit, which really wouldn't be for me. Liverpool lineup free transfer. Liverpool are looking to sign Athletic Bilbao forward Nico Williams. Well, we did just sell a Nico Williams. So if we want to keep one around, this kid is very, very talented. Plays as a winger for Athletic Bilbao. He's the younger brother of Inaki Williams. He's out of contract next summer, so he could be available on the cheap. He's not out of contract next summer. So that article is wrong. So why is... Yeah, so according to Liverpool.com, which I assume is just quoting some garbage Spanish source, he's out of contract next summer, but he's not. He signed a contract extension in January of this year, which will keep him at the club until 2024. So we can put that one firmly in the bin. Moving on then to AnfieldIndex.com. And we have a piece that I think is very important. And it's written by Stephen Smith, who, as you know, I call the machine. And it's entitled My Struggles with Mental Health. And I would ask you all to go and read that piece. And if you can relate to it, take some of the message from it and apply it to your own circumstance. If not, share that piece far and wide. It is a very, very good piece. And it's very open, very honest. And Stephen deserves a whole lot of credit for being brave enough to put that piece out there. Podcast-wise, there are some new podcasts up. There is episode 330 of the Anfield Index podcast. There's the Pro Plus Transfer Roundup, Trev Downey and Dave Davis having a chat about the major comings and goings around Europe. And then there is Money Talks Recruitment Analysis Part 1 Moneyball and the committee. Gags Tandon, Mo Chatra and Dan Kennett. You'll notice that's the transfer committee pod without me. I have been dropped. It's a tough thing to take, but so be it. So be it. I'm not one to hold grudges. No, it was something completely different, but it is the same group. It is Gags, it is Dan, and it is Mo. Liverpool have announced the starting 11 for the game against Manchester United. So, Alisson in goal, Mabaya at right back, Phillips and Gomez at centre back, Chambers at left back, Henderson and Morton in what appears to be a double pivot, or at least I hope it's a double pivot. Carvalho, Elliott, and Diaz behind Firmino. I'm guessing it's 4-2-3-1. I'm guessing it's Elliott right, Carvalho 10, Diaz left, Bobby is the 9. If it's not, perhaps it's Carvalho or Elliott as the right-sided midfielder in the 8, Brian as the 6, and Morton as the left-sided 8. Look, it's the first game of preseason, so it's irrelevant that that's quite an ugly team. But, we'll be fine. We've got Adrian, Mrozek, and Davies as backup goalkeepers, Virgil and Kanate as depth at centre-back. We've got Thiago, Milner, Naby, Mo, Ox, Curtis, Costas, Robbo, Darwin, Joel, Basetic, Reece Williams, Clark, Clarkson, Alexander-Arnold, Vandenberg, Norris, Hill, and Fraundorf, all as options on the bench. So definitely you want to see a lot of them get game time today. Hopefully, most of them will get some game time today. So that is the team to face United. And as always, the result is irrelevant. It's more about getting minutes in legs. So, yeah, don't react too much to what happens today. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
We hope you enjoyed listening to this Anfield Index show. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel so future podcasts find their way to your device automatically. There's nothing quite like fan engagement, and we'd love to know what you think of anything discussed on this show. The best way to get in touch is over on our free Discord community, where both podcasters and listeners debate the hottest LFC topics 24/7. Sign up free now at anfieldindex.com/Discord. You won't regret it. You can also follow us on Twitter at Anfield Index and find us on Facebook by searching for Anfield Index. Oh, and before you go, we'd love it if you could leave us a 5-star review on your favourite podcast app. It only takes a couple of seconds, and it means the world to the people who create these free shows.